I'm not sure if you have tried Chrome DevTools MCP server. I think it's going to change a lot of things with terms of front-end development. How do we test features and how LLM can test and fix and then test again and report as well as a QA and everything. It's I think most powerful MCP server, especially from developers' standpoint. So if you have not seen this announcement, let me take you to this page quickly. This is September news, and I think many front-end developers are already using it. Chrome basically exposed a lot of their tooling, like to navigate pages, read console messages, click here and there, and take screenshots and whatnot, as an MCP server, which can be connected to any vibe coding tool or any MCP client of your choice. And to connect, the key part is this one. Let me zoom in this page a little bit. So you just need to copy this configuration from here and you can paste it in your favorite vibe coding tool. Most of the vibe coding tool take this syntax. Otherwise, you can ask ChatGPT to convert it to TOML or YAML or whatever kind of file that tool is taking. That is very easy. If you even don't want to use a lot of mind and logic in that, that is fairly doable. So that is the first part first. And if I come back to my slides, I'm just not using PowerPoint or slides. So I think now the part which is next is how to enable it. So I have VS Code open here. Let me close other windows. We'll come back to them later. So this is Codex from ChatGPT. This is Agentforce Vibes, and this is Line. So I have this thing running in all of them, and let me try to show you. So Line, if you don't know, it is a parent or the original repo on which Agentforce Vibes is based on. All use the same format. If you want to enable MCP, you can go here and go to settings, click this thing. So if you see, this is Line settings, same as Agentforce Vibes also. And if you now remember this JSON, I've pasted it here already. But then this part which you are seeing here, this comes because of a setting I will explain later on. But most probably, if you notice, the key parts are same. The command is npx, the argument is this thing. And that's what it's trying to say. And these are the two main things here. And now let me show you your thing which you are most excited about, the child product, which is Agentforce Vibe, which came out of Line. So this is again showing that I have two MCP servers. I can go here, and if you don't want to go here, let me close it. You can again click this icon. If you don't see this thing, you will see there is a Salesforce DX MCP server that we will cover in some other video, but there is a Chrome DevTools here. You can come here, you can click this thing. There is a different file, they call it A4D MCP settings. So Agentforce for developers, not Agentforce for Vibes, probably that's the name. And it is having the same thing which goes on. And there is a Salesforce DX MCP which is not in scope of this thing. Let's keep moving quickly because we have a lot to cover and lot to show. So now I go back to my notes. I have shown you the setting. Now the next part is, I think we'll see it in action. But one thing which I think Salesforce has to do is to quickly sync their repo or their code base with Line, because Line has a lot of good features. And one of them here is like if I go to advanced MCP settings, they have collapse MCP responses. If you will see now when I will do the testing, the MCP responses can be really, really huge, and it becomes overwhelming at times. And then there is I think this mode also, which is not available as setting. So if you're wondering what I'm trying to say is, if I go here, I think Salesforce has removed this setting part and for security or what reason it is. But Line is really interesting. If you go to the parent tool, it has a lot to say. Like if you go here, there are many things which we would like to see in Agentforce Vibes, especially the recently announced hooks, which allows you to fire shell commands directly on different instances. These are like workflow rules, and you call it rules or workflows or different terms in different vibe coding tools. So this is a new addition. And then this is interesting things like YOLO mode, but probably Vibes will not allow it because of the safety concerns. So I think in this part we are done. The next bit is why it is a boon for developers and these things, but that I will cover after showing you a demo. So now let's move to the code base. So now let's go to VS Code and close what we don't need. Let's make some space. I will just give you a quick walkthrough of the code. I've created a very dirty security, like not so secure and not so good looking LWC component. So this has a basically CSS file with broken image URL, bad SLDS usage. The JS is having console logs. Let me show you the code rather than speaking via slides. So this is the CSS. I will not let you see here, but I will come to the key part. So like if I expand this code here, this is again a broken image added intentionally to let Vibes and other vibe coding tool check this thing. The CSS is really bad. If you see that there is no good styling applied, and in JS we have intentional issues left, like there is like if you try to search for accounts, I don't show a progress state, and then we are having a promise rejection here. And then there are other issues. I will not bore you. I will let the LLM find the issue. And then eventually the controller connected to it is having a SOQL injection problem. You all know it. This is a classic bug. So I left it, and I will see how LLMs find it out while testing the component. So now I think this code demo is done. Let's move to the prompt which we will use to fire Chrome MCP server and test this whole thing out. Okay, so now let's check the prompt. So I've saved it in the repo here as called bugfixmd. That's my prompts folder. Let's close it and let's expand it. So first thing which I said is clean slate. That means start by killing all Chrome instances. That's where I'm asking any vibe coding tool where this prompt will go to replicate a behavior QA engineer wants, a clean state browser. Even we can pass more commands to kill all session, all cookies if we want. This is all possible, but I want to keep the prompt simple and focus more on Chrome MCP server rather than going very geekish here. So this is a basic command. Even if you don't say that, I think many smart vibe coding tools and good models like Sonnet or Grok or anything will pick on its own. Then the point which I made here is we used Chrome DevTools MCP server for any browser interaction, for launching URL, debugging, reading console and everything, so that the vibe coding tool knows ahead of time that they have to use Chrome DevTools MCP server. Now we are acting like QA in this point. I'm telling it to take screenshots of all UX components before and after fixes, just like QA, so that we can create a good report if needed. Then this is a hack, because otherwise you have to pass the remote debugging URL of Chrome and connect it with all the tools. This opens a Chrome instance, brand new Chrome instance, not your existing work profile or personal profile. In a new window, it's a different Chrome altogether. You will not see your extensions or anything there. So this is to set up a clean slate. And then once this Chrome is open, anything which you do in VS Code or your IDE, like sfdx CLI to open an org, that connects automatically with that Chrome. So the whole continuity goes on, which you will see in the next step. So the next step is like we ask Salesforce CLI to open the default org. So now this opens the default orgs and establishes a session here. Then I'm telling it to log in. After login, go to this URL. This bad URL is where the odd code, which I described in the slide here and in the component here, like it's this one if you remember. So this one is deployed to this flexi page. I will show it to you in a while. Then I told the vibe coding tool to take a note of all UX, security, accessibility, JavaScript issues and errors. I told it to test all the button, notice service and server and client side logs. And then I told it to find the related LWC component, find any related controller, scan the same for Apex best practices and security gaps. This is some prompt which is I have added for especially some LLMs. I will not quote the name to shame anyone, but some LLMs are very smart. They automatically detect Apex and then they detect the security gaps there. But some LLMs, they don't do that. So it's always good to be explicit in prompt if you want it to be neutral and working in any LLM and not depend on the developer's right or wrong selection of LLM. Then I told it that save the screenshots of the page components in this folder so that we have a clean directory here. If you want, and again I don't want to give a lengthy prompt here because it was already going too big, you can mention here that you have to name the screenshot file with timestamp or whatever component name it is. It will do that cleanly. That is also possible. Now the next step is we figured out all the issues. The LLM has taken all the note. Now we work like a developer. We fix all the noted issues, deploy the changes. This will automatically use Salesforce CLI commands. Then it will use Chrome MCP, go to browser, test it again. If there are any issues left, it will start fixing it again. Just like developer, we fix, test, and in between deploy. So it is doing that. Then if it's saying that once you're done with all the fixes, take a screenshot and do a comparison. And then in the last, it's asking to create a precise report and save it as the root folder file called vibesfixes.md. Again, you can timestamp and make it very sophisticated, but I'm just keeping it very simple in the prompt as of now to not overwhelm or not confuse everyone. So that is the prompt. In the next part, we will just test it out in ChatGPT Codex and Agentforce Vibes. So before we go here to this Agentforce Vibes and try this prompt, I think for Vibes, I have in my testing before creating this video, I've struggled with Vibes consistency and consistency mainly to follow the prompts and do some things very obvious, like when I say open a default, or at times it does and at times it doesn't. But what I've seen is if you explicitly say that use this thing to open the default org, it performs better with Vibes model, which is Salesforce's native LLMs which are working behind the scenes. So this is a slight variation with some particular details to make Vibes work better. And before I go ahead, I will probably open the default org so that you can see the bad component which I have shown you here. Like how does that looks? Let me open it this way around. So I'm just going to show you this component. How does that looks? So this is my org. If I go to bad, this is my component. So if you see, this is a broken image. If I search for accounts, no loading spinner, this is coming here and there. The UI is very strange. And then there are console errors. So we'll keep it limited to that. We'll see all the action coming from the vibe coding tools and how they open the Chrome via Chrome MCP DevTools. Okay, so something I think has hanged. No, I think we are good. So let's keep rolling. I will close this thing. I will copy this thing and let's see how Vibe does. And let's give it some more space. I just copied it and will paste it here. So if you notice here, nothing is running its nodes and VS Code. So first command is fired. It has tried to kill all the Chrome. If you see, this is a brand new Chrome now with nothing running beforehand. Now let me do something so that you can relate quickly. Let's give this a 50-50 kind of layout so that you see what is happening behind the scenes. So if you see, it has logged in and then probably it will navigate next to that page. I will not clear your or block your view. I think probably this will open that bad page. See, this opened on its own. I'm not doing nothing. It is all happening on its own. And let me do one thing quickly so that you have more readable view. So now I think you can read. This is going on. It's now checking the, I think it has already read the code. I think that was really quick. And now it has analyzed the issues and it has probably taken a screenshot also. Now it is fixing the JS file. Now I will probably close this for some time. I will like you to see the action here. And I think I can close this prompt. So it is changing files, and to give you more context, these are the changes now it has made. It has changed the Apex code. It has changed the JS file. I don't know what kind of screenshot txt file it has created, but this is here. And then it has taken a screenshot of the broken page. Now it is trying to fix what it is trying to fix. Let me close this out. This is blocking view. So it is fixing the HTML code now. So now it's saying it has done 20 API requests, but we would like it to go. So we'll say, yeah, let's go ahead. Let's keep rolling. So now it is fixing the CSS file. And let me show you one thing interesting which I like more on this side. So it has actually what it has done, yeah, it has tried to fix that SOQL injection. Okay, let it do its thing. I will not come in between. Now it is trying to do a validation. Let's see. Let me see something on browser. No, as of now it is trying to validate the changes for compilation issues. Now it is deploying the changes. Very good. So the deployment has started. Again, I have not done anything. I'm just a spectator here. This is all live show, no recording. So it seems the deployment succeeded, no issues. And now, yeah, so now it is trying to take a screenshot. It refreshed the page. If you see that something has changed, something is probably looking a little better, and the browser is looking awkward because I have reduced the size like this. So let me do this to do justice for Salesforce UI. I think it has done the fixes. So, okay, this is done. So let me take you through what Vibes says about the fixes. So it says that it has fixed the SQL injection which we quoted. It has fixed the intentional promise rejection which was there. Accessibility issues it has found. User experience added error message, that is good. Code quality, it removed the debug logs, which is good. Then it changed these files and it deployed. If you want, I can give you a quick peek via Git also so that you can see the diff. So this is how it, I think this is confusing. Let me do a split view. Let's create a little more space here. Yeah, so this is the security fix. Then if I go here, okay, these are CSS probably is not of much interest, but then it added, see the alt tags, the ARIA things which we probably never do, and then it added a help text here also, and error messages, toast messages with some particular role. Let's see quickly on the JS side. Let me close the side part. So it removed that toast, and it removed this thing. I think this still can be done better. I will show you how. And let's see what happens here if we still have some JS issues. Let me clear this old backlog. Let's search for the account. So this is coming, probably no issues now. This is good. Still this thing is left. This is still looking a little odd, but I hope you got the direction that that's how Agentforce Vibes was able to do the thing. What I will do next is I will undo all these changes and redeploy this thing. By the way, I missed showing you one thing. It took screenshots also. So let me do one thing. Let me close all the editors and create some space. Yeah, so, okay. So this is the screenshot after fix, and this is the screenshot before fix. So just from QA standpoint, this is the things, and it has generated all the report with all the fixes also in case you want to pass it into the pull request. So it makes your life easy for lazy developers. Now let me just do a full removal because I don't want to keep it and I want to use the same repo. And I will probably delete these whole things also. I don't want any of these. I will move it to trash. And what I will do is I will redeploy the old code again to overwrite it in the org. And in the next part, we will use ChatGPT Codex with a little simplified prompt and see how it goes. You can try the same things in Windsurf, Cursor, and in other IDs. They all support MCP servers and probably better than what you have seen in Vibes. And same is with Selenium also. Selenium is excellent, but at times it gets stuck. But I still like the Selenium UI better than Vibes. So probably Salesforce can take some hints here. But without further ado, I think let me go to ChatGPT Codex. Here it is. And we will go to our prompts folder and we'll take this one. Okay, so I think we have the prompt here and we have the codex here. Let's I'm not taking that longer prompt. I'm taking the normal bug fix one without a lot of details. I'm copying it, and let's, I think, keep let me set the window first so that you have a clear view. I will keep this one smaller so that you can see both in parallel really well. I think this should work. This should give a decent space and you will see a running narration. Okay, so now I'm putting this prompt here. The code is, I think, deployed already. Let me see. Let me refresh this page before I do that. Yeah, so this is the old one. This should have, yeah, this is the old one. So this is good. And now let me go here. I'm pasting the prompt here, and this is ChatGPT Codex. Let's go. And this will be killed, I think, as the first part. It's creating a plan. So this browser should be gone in any second. This is killed, this executed. So that's where I was talking about UX. You love seeing this kind of minimalistic UI. If you want to expand, you can expand on any detail. So now if you see, it is trying to open the thing, giving you very clear feedback. Then it is running the sf.org open, which just went, it logged into the scratch.org via the front door URL. Now it is trying to list pages and it will navigate to the bad page, hopefully. Codex never disappointed so far. If it does, it will be surprising. It worked. At times it takes time, at times it is rapid, really rapid. Now it is taking a screenshot. It is reading console messages. See, it is easy to follow with Vibes. I think this is a feedback for Salesforce team that you have to enable response compression for MCP tools because we don't want to read everything. We just want to know what's happening. We don't want to see the HTML code unless we are really interested in that part. Now see, it is taking a screenshot, doing a lot of things, verifying the file path. It's trying to test the page, filling the form. It has loaded some accounts. Okay, I think I clicked it here. Now it is investigating UI errors, finding missing data. Okay, now it went to the component. So it started reading the code. Again, I'm in love with this UX. It is what I need to know what is happening. With the Vibes, I think UX definitely needs work. It is doing, I think, a decent work. But this matters a lot, especially with MCP. And the good thing is, if I want to expand this, I can read what is happening and I can scroll down deep. But I don't need to do it all the time. So going back to the same view. So see, it is analyzing SOQL injection risks on its own. Okay, so let's see what it is. So it is trying to check SLDS and these sort of issues. Now it is trying to check the click behavior, again testing the thing after reading the code. So this is interesting. It took a first pass on the UI, then it read the code and trying to come back to it again to test it further. I think no code changes are done. The Git history, it just took in a screenshot. So now it is creating a summary of all the issues found. Okay, this is where it is taking time. Sometimes it is fast. Let's see what happens. Okay. So now it started this step. I don't know, it took a while. So it was probably creating a refactoring plan. So now it started the code changes. It changed this file. By the way, I tried local dev server it never worked correctly. The file changes are not reflected immediately, so I'm just banking back on the normal deploy to do the changes. So it changed 2 files here. In the meantime, it's fixing the CSS. See, this feedback is really clean. I love seeing what happened, and I can click and go easily. So again, a UX feedback for Salesforce Agentforce Vibes team to maybe improve Line or use the default Line CSS and UX, whatever it is. That is a little more compact and handy. Now it is trying to fix the controller. Let's see what it is trying to do there, if it has done the changes. So see the quality of code change here. It has added with security enforced and other things as well, like search key trimming and the like pattern they have implemented like this. So more elaborated than what Agentforce Vibes has done. I wish I have kept the both code bases, but as of now, I think you can go back in video and see this code has little good details. And we'll see on the UX. On UX side, let the deployment complete. So now it is trying to do a deployment. So I think this finished. I can click and see, but this will disturb your view. Okay, and I think it did one more thing interesting. I just noticed. See, it created a test class to test this whole thing, which Vibes didn't do, which is actually a best practice, that you test the bugs via test classes. So it created a brand new test class here, which was not existent. So now it's fixing the test class issues, and let's see if it succeeds in deployment. This is very good. Okay, so it refreshed the page. Now, if you go back in video, compare to what Agentforce Vibes fixed and what ChatGPT Codex fixed, you can see the significant UX difference. It, I think, removed the dead image for sure. It had added a good card layout. This error message is nice. This button is nice. The search bar is very loud and clear. Let's see. I think it's still testing. Taking screenshots also. And see this, how list is coming here now, how the toasts are coming. Still going on, verifying the data. Okay, it is reading console right now. Even it's trying to fix the lightning icon warning issues. Probably all of these are not in its scope, but let's see what it does. Okay, so it made another change. Okay, quite a lot of changes. We'll see that later on. Let it do its things. So it reloaded the page and preparing to retest for warnings, search functionality, test. It's testing again. Oh my, it has tested it 3-4 times. So much hard work. Okay, no result scenario. Let it roll, let it roll. If you are bored here, you can fast forward or increase the speed, because I have to wait. I don't want to clip or pause the video. I will let you see all this activity. Keep your eyes here. If it is boring, you can scroll down towards the end of the video. So this is a real developer kind of testing which I feel is going on here. It's not just a one-shot fix. It did something, testing again, finding issues, fixing it again, and trying to picture perfect it. Like developers typically don't fix everything in one shot. It's testing it again, which is very like daunting for developers. So it's taking probably final screenshots. I think this means it is done. Very nice. And hopefully we should be able to close it now in next 1 minute. Okay, yeah, it is creating a summary. It is checking Git status. Oh man, it will make me emotional what all it is trying to do. It's preparing documentation, taking screenshots. Okay, going on. I think it's creating very lengthy report. Let's see. I have to probably, I mean, that's where probably LLMs differ. Vibes with the Salesforce native LLMs that did the job really quick. But this one, we will see how it goes. I love the test class part still and the quality of UX which a non-native Salesforce LLM can do. Okay, so this has created the report now. Hopefully we are close. Updating plan for final report. Oh man, it is verifying screenshots again. It's really sincere. Okay, I think we are good to go. Yes, we're good to go. It has changed these files. I think we will see code changes later on, but I think the UI speaks for itself, the quality speaks for itself, and see the search loading status is also there when I hit. So lot of changes on brighter side. The interesting part for me will be to check this file vibes.md. So see the quality of this documentation. I think that's where probably these are same. Agentforce Vibes also did the same thing. It tried to, but yeah, I think the quality of fixes was really good. I think Agentforce Vibes missed on this with security enforced and these kind of very organized search method. So probably really well done here. And same goes for other UI and UX related issues. So I think the feedback for Vibes team as a Salesforce developer and architect is we would like our teams to use Vibes, but the UX and the experience is too overwhelming and it's very tough to follow. So as I said, like Sline has a setting to at least collapse MCP responses, which is really vital. So you should definitely have that enabled for us. And if you, I don't have time, the video will go very long. If I copy and run the same prompt in Sline, their UX is a little more complex and more readable. So maybe take those things and bring other features. And I know from security reasons, you're not exposing other LLMs, but probably ChatGPT, Sonnet, these are actually doing better work than what Vibes can do. I've tried it in Windsurface Sonnet. It also goes above and beyond and actually is doing a better job than what Vibes is doing. So that's the feedback I have. I hope you like this video, and for the last bit, let me come back to my slide. Okay, so now if we talk about the last bit, why it is a boon. So boon for lazy developers, we saw like we don't need to test. It opens a window, it fixes, it tests again, it documents, it takes screenshots and it's doing all the things. And I think we didn't check the screenshots which are test taken. So if I collapse this thing out, and I close this thing for some time also. So this has also taken screenshots, which is nice. And we have a report also. And again, you can make the prompt complicated to embed screenshots at the right places in the markdown report, and you can pass it forward. Architects, again, if they want the team to follow certain testing patterns and certain style of test to be triggered So you can automate a lot now. I mean, the creativity has no limits, and I see a lot of possibilities here, which is again beyond scope of this video. QA engineers, again, I think the first thing you can do is developers, if they are still not using Chrome DevTools MCP, then maybe you can use it. You can find issues very quickly, and you can actually report on security, UX, accessibility, console log errors, all of them within 5 minutes by running a prompt, and it will find all for you, and you can actually trouble the developers a lot. And again, it's like Playwright framework with prompts, but you're not writing scripts or code or getting bored. It's just simple 3 or 4 lines of prompt. And again, if you have Jira stories and things which gives the prompt more context, and you can download them in the Git repo as a markdown file or as a JSON file, it can turbocharge the prompts to the next level. And definitely you as a QA need reporting to report issues. So we saw that the screenshots are there. They can be saved in the local directory. You all need to either write an integration with Jira, which automatically does that, or again, I think manually posting it will not take much time. I hope you like the whole thing and the whole scenario which I tried to cover for Salesforce community, Salesforce developer and architects. And Salesforce teams, again, we are looking very positively towards Agentforce Vibes. But I think the competition is really hard in market. The tools, especially Cloud Code for VS Code extension, it's superbly powerful. We just saw Codex, same as Windsurf. So please deploy more people, deploy more engineering bench and strength, and please give us a solid vibe coding tool. That's all for this video. Thank you.